Custom spike make the broadcast.
I definitely watched it, but I was taking breaks here and there.
Oh, no.
What I was watching, I was looking outside and everything. Spike was
what the fuck is wrong?
it seemed like Spike went after Dick, or after his death. And then immediately we're going after you.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on?
We actually, when we were up by 4 goals, like I told you, we were telling about the team, like, here's a good score. We got out of the camp, and we were trying to throw in a double score. So we were trying to stay back and play nice, and I didn't really even mind them getting the 2 goals, but, taking shots at us, because there was a couple of collisions in the middle with other players. But then after they hit me, I was like, that's going to stay. I stayed on my horse a little long after that, because I was like, I need to calm down for that, and I do calm down better on my horse.
I try to make a new one for Android too.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we finally had all our players show up for Upper this week.
My team right now, some of that Fairgrounds guys.
What happened between you guys and the Fairgrounds right now? Because you're on the monthly, right?
No, I'm on the Brothers.
Okay, no, it was because the big Russian told Husqvarna he was going to kill him or something.
I've always wanted to back his, or not too much in the back his direction, but he gets really pissed when he misses, an easy shot. To him. And I think in the round with somebody just kind of set him
Ugly there between all of them.
right center ice, I see him. I came up for the upper game, what is tonight? Tuesday night for upper game. I haven't played an upper game in another week and a half or so, just because I was checking on that. I played 2 lower games in the team. So I came out for upper. When are these guys learn how to play?
They moved it. Well, we finally got defense. So I moved. I got to play wing. I got to play wing this. Finally got to play forward for the first time since our first game. Since our first game, I played forward. I didn't know what I was doing the first period and a half, but the last period, I scored 26. I mean, not nothing crazy, but it was just. It's nice for us to have a team. It's been tough. A couple weeks ago.
I always joke around when we're doing something. He did good at the beginning of the season, not getting anything. It was about 6 games or so before that was. And after that, it's just kind of been all hell and wheels between him and Raw. From what I would know,
the last time we played them, there were 3 penalties committed on me, but the score sheet only showed that I got a penalty and I didn't get a penalty.
yeah.
But the score sheet, there's 3 penalties committed against me. Tripping, boarding, and can't remember which number. I think it was tripped twice. But I had 3 penalties from that team on me. But the score sheet showed that I committed 1 penalty.
And the sad thing is, you have jerseys. My team doesn't.
Well, I'll let you call this one. This should be a fun game.
It should be. This should be the closest one of the night.
I hate that the other goalie got it.
I was talking to Adam. He said that he's doing okay. We're still not sure exactly what happened. Possibly dislocated or popped out or something like that that happened to his shoulder. But he's doing okay now. Still in a hospital room, but
I dislocated my arm like November, a year ago November. That recovery wasn't fun. I dislocated.
see you, Eric. Welcome back out here to the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena for tonight's last game matchup. Apologies there if I was blinding your eardrums off. Woo! As it's going to be sent in from the Polar Bears just out of the reach. Should be an icing call here early on. Indeed, it will be. 19:20 to go here in period number 1. Cart fires it on. Missed goal. Apologies there. Missed Nick Rowe as it's going to come out top. Cart with a shot. Apologies there once again. Jeez. Shot blocked out in front as well as trying to get it past Carp. Well, still down on the ice as Carp's able to pick it up deep in his own defensive zone. Works it up forward, trying to get it over to Morgan out of his reach. As it can be sent in for McCumber behind his own net. Give me just a moment here. Trying to fix my colors here on my sheet. Cleared in his own Vale to the far side corner. Ends up taking a tumble, but still has it. Vale still down on his knees. Works up top, trying to get it over to Samaro. Able to get it past McCumber, as here comes Samaro and Kuishi. Samaro up top, spinning around. Try to get a centering feed as it's going to be poked aside from Wells. Once again, apologies here as it comes up top for Vale. Well, sharp angle shot. Can I get a piece of Jack Dodd? As it's going to be played back to the near side corner. Wells trying to get around Koichi. Being pressured by one. Shot goes from 12 onto the net of Rowe. Shot goes off from Hamilton up to the corner. Backhander trying to get it back. Finds Gus Anderson. Marks it forward for Kuhn. Both of those men looking to get their first point. Comes out Hamilton, still in his own zone. Trying to work it forward, gets it back over to Hamilton. They have numbers 3, possibly 4-on-1. Hamilton up top. Well, is able to pinch it off, negating a shot attempt as it comes over for Morgan. Cleared down length of the ice, should be an icing. Indeed, it will be. 15 flat to go in the period. A short bench here for the Polar Bears. 7 skaters, including a netminder. 8 skaters, including a netminder, that is. Seven subs alone for the Whalers. That's not including the 5 they have on the ice. Cleared down the ice. Will this be an icing? I believe it will be. Indeed so. 14:25 to go here in this first period. Still scoreless. Shots on goal 2-1 in favor of the Whalers. Going to be played up top. Karp trying to pinch it over. Has it loose for Hamilton. Spinning around. Fires one. Got a piece of row. And played into the corner. McCumber trying to clear it out. Nearly able to get it to Andretti. Wearing number 9. Has a goal and assist so far on the season. Cleared in deep. Going to have to chase after it. It's going to be Kurt down to the corner. Have numbers up top, trying to drop it back. Samaro has time. Shot, scores! His second goal of the season gives the Whalers an early 1-0 lead here in period number 1. That coming on their 5th shot on goal here tonight. With it down low, spinning away from trouble. There's Samaro trying to get it up top. The most recent goal scorer so far in the night. With 12.5 to go in the first. Down low, Samaro, shot, saved by Rowe. Under 12.5 to go in this first period. Vale able to keep it in, leaves it for Samaro. Puck's loose. Vale with it, fires a shot. Caught a piece of the netminder. Down low, trying to get it over to Andretti. Puck still loose through Charlie Schmidt's legs. Rocking the number 24 Winston-Salem Whalers jersey. Through center, trying to get it over to Schmidt. Left for Samaro. Have numbers coming the other way. Here's Samaro. Fires a shot on. Save, rebound. Nearly went into the back of the net. Wells chasing after it alongside Rowe. Try to get a centering feed. McCumber left it down low in the corner. It's Wells. Bringing up top. Is Vale able to keep it in? No, he is not. And all the way back into the zone. It's going to be number 12 for the Whalers. Going to try and see if his number is here on point streak. Just going to throw in from back behind the net as it's going to go up top to 33. Centers it. Had a chance down low. Went wide. Sorry about that, y'all. We're going to have a neutral zone face-off here between Morgan. That looks to be number 37. That's going to be of Kenneth Nimatalo. I 100% said that name right. Don't fact check me on that. Up top comes Wells. Has Schneider down to his left. Going to try and take it in one-on-one against Karp. Stops up top of the goal line. Try to get it down to the point, but nobody was there. Here comes Koichi. Just able to keep it on sides for the time being was Koichi. As Anderson is in the foot race now down low. Spinning around, trying to drop it back for Kuhn. Puck still loose, cleared out by Samichkin. An icing call here with 8:40 to go in the first period. One nothing's your score in favor of the Whalers. Final score back in game number 1 was Duck 6, Zomponis 3. Whalers went up early in that one. Apologies there, as the Ducks went up early, yes, as the Zomponis try to claw their way back into it. And Samero with another one here tonight gets his second goal of the night. Makes it 2-0. Fires a shot on, got bodied out in front by 12 of Stabler. As it's going to be rung down low, trying to clear it out. Looks to be like it's 19 of the Whalers. That's of Kurth. Down low in the corner for the Polar Bears. Trying to send it cross ice. Picked up by Wells. Top of the Wake Forest logo. Shot, save, rebound, out in front, scores! Brings us back to a 1-goal game as it's 2-1 in favor of the Whalers. Apologies there, unsure about who scored that one. As a number 24 jersey. I'll see if there's a 24 listed on the roster for the Polar Bears. I don't see one. Pinch off on the near side. Wells trying to work it forward. Puck still loose along the near side half boards. Wells chipping it and up. And past Stabler. Kuhn up top. Once again against Stabler. Puck still loose on the far side boards. Works it forward. Nearly turned over. As it's going to come down for Vale. Tried to get it over for Schmidt, but wasn't expecting the pass. As it's back to Vale. Stabler through the hash marks. Up top. Trying to get it over to number 9. That would be apologies here, y'all. 9's going to be Ben Hauser.
clear down the ice. That's going to go far enough for an icing. 5.5 to go in this first period. Shots on goal 9-5 in favor of the Whalers, as they're currently on the top of the scoreboard as well, 2-1. Puck loose out in front, comes out for McCumber, cleared up top, trying to get it over to Andretti. Turned over, Koichi has it. Trying to work it forward for Semenchkin as Wells is going to dump it down length of the ice. That's going to go far enough for and icing. Puck's dropped. Semenchkin with it. Throws one on. Trying to get a tip as Koichi went wide. Covered up from the netminder. That being from Rowe. Another face-off here in the attacking zone for the Whalers. So they go off for a complete line change. Anderson able to keep it in. Trying to fire a quick shot. Blocked up by Semenchkin. Trying to get it down for Charlie Schmidt. Picked up by Derek Wells. Trying to clear it out. Schmidt. Apologies there, that was 19 of Kurth. Had it lost up in his feet. Kuhn. Sharp angle shot gets blocked out in front. Going to be left up top for Gus Anderson. Behind the net, back low, trying to get it to Kuhn. Kurth, the first one to it. Trying to back one out forward. Finds Hamilton. Hamilton tried to chip it back in on the near side for Kurth. Able to hold the blue line. Wells trying to chip it out. Kurth had it for a second. As here comes Derek Wells back once again. 3-on-2 as they hit the blue line. Cutting deep. Sharp angle. A chance comes out to the point. Kuhn fires one on. Blocked out in front. That went off 37 of Nimatalo. Vale through center has one man to beat. It's Kuhn. Try to drop one down low. Got turned over by Wells. There we are. Collision with his teammate of Zach Kuhn. Down low finds Anderson. Trying to chip it back to himself. Still on sides for the time being, but pinched right back off as here comes the Whalers. Samero to the blue line. Trying to backhand one into the slot. Up high it goes for Hauser. Back low for Samero. Chips one out in front. Trying to get a shot off with Stabler. This comes back for Samero looking for a hat trick here with 40 seconds to go in the first period. McCumber has it tied up in his skates and cleared down the ice. No icing, says it was touched. Under 30 to go here in the period. Up through center. Try to drop it back. Try to get over to Stabler in stride. This looks like it should just about end the period. 10 seconds to go. One last rush here if they're able to get it. They're going to be picked up by Wells and sent all the way back in deep. That will do it here for period number 1. We'll take a quick timeout here. 1 minute. Be back here on PHA Network. Apologies there, thought my mic was back on. 2-1's your score, 17 and a half to go in the second period. Haven't missed much of anything. Quick shot off the draw. Goes up into the netting as Dodd thought that was a puck that... As Rowe thought that was a puck that went back behind him. Down to the point. Stabler Looks, fires one, went wide. Wells up top trying to clear it out. Able to deke around Samaro. Here comes Wells through center. Sticked aside from Stabler as it's poked back out to center. Wells works it up top to Kuhn. Trying to get past Richard Vale. Still with it. Kuhn fires a shot. Blocked out in front. Stabler able to come away with it. 16:45 to go in the period. Stabler down low. Trying to drop it back. Goes up through center to Anderson. Feeded up top. Trying to get it over to Kuhn. Still looking for his first point here. Nearly had one there. As it's out to Kuhn at the point. Fires one back on. Got a tip from Anderson, but went into the body of Vale. Over for Hamilton. 3-on-2 opportunity. Fires a shot off the pad to the near side corner. Hamilton back with it. Works it up top. Vale on his forehand, but his weak side. Decides to try and get it down for Samaro. Through the feet of Hamilton and off the foot of Macomber. That stung him. Cleared down length of the ice. 15:40 to go in the period. Macomber's still stumbling over there trying to get off the ice. Already had a short pinch. Now they very well could be down another one. Puck's dropped. Trying to win it back with 37. Nimatalo does, but nearly picked up by a polar bear. Stabler off the near side. Finds Hauser. Trying to get it back over to Stabler to the blue, and they have numbers 4-on-2. Stabler on his backhand, spinning around, trying to get a centering feed. Comes up top. Schmidt fires one wide. Stabler down to the near side corner. Hauser trying to find a centering feed. A backhand feed from the corner. That would have been a great pass if he was able to get it to him. Stabler at the point. Threw the feet of one up top, but couldn't hold on to it. Nimatalo goes hard into the boards. Trying to get a saucer feed down low. Andretti trying to poke one forward. Going to be sent right back to Nimatalo. Has one goal on the season thus far. Turned over. Here's Kuhn. Looking for his first point of the season. Shot. Scores! Brings us back to a tie game here at 2 apiece. Thanks to the first goal of the season from Zach Kuhn. Cleared in from the corner. Picking it up down low are the Polar Bears. Cleared out the center. Morgan on a breakaway trying to get their first lead. Fires one high and wide. That rode the boards out through center. Wells takes his man down to the ice. That was Koichi. Still waiting to see Macomber's first time out here on the ice. Chance here for the Polar Bears. Fires one. Scores. Gus Anderson. He gets his first goal of the season as well. On the same shift. Will now give the Polar Bears their first lead of the game. They lead at 3-2. Whoa, to the far side corner still with it. 12:17 to go in the period. Wells looking to go coast to coast still with it. Tried to look for a centering feed and find some marrow. They'll take it up top. Benched off, out of play. Played up top. Over for Gus Anderson and onside, the most recent goal scorer. Getting his first goal of the season, gets it pickpocketed away. As here comes a chance now for the Whalers. Sent wide from Nimatalo, out in front, puck still loose. Kerr trying to get it, Nimatalo back to Vale. Vale winds up, fires, tipped. Nearly went on net. As that's been cleared, downlink to the ice, no icing. Stabler up for Vale, off the near side boards, trying to get it up top. Nimatalo nearly had a chance, had it, but Wells fires it right back to center. Stabler and it, able to get on Wells. Stabler has room, backhand shot, save! This rebound comes right back out in front. Stabler with the puck, leaves it back for Vale. Just going to leave it down the near side corner. Gonna be an icing call here. No, went on net of Jack Dodd. Will have to play it up to the corner for Stabler. This is the final game here tonight. First one started at 6 o'clock and they've run it back to back to back to back. Stabler out in front of his net of Dodd to pick up the change. As he'll work it down the near side boards with under 10 to go in the second. Just in onside. Stabler fires a shot. Save made by Rowe. Vale's going to hold it in at the point. His pass finds Anderson. Turned over Hamilton. Well is able to beat him to it and push it to the near side corner. Up high, finds the Polar Bears. Looks to be an odd man rush here as Anderson takes it into a 3-on-3. Kuhn trying to drop it back. Karp able to get a turnover as he'll go behind Jack Dodd. Cross-ice feed finds Schmidt. Had no idea where that one went as here comes a chance for Hamilton. Fires one that went wide. Hamilton with 1 assist so far on the season. And the feet of Karp. Winds up, fires, trying to get a tip out in front. So that's going to escape the blue line. And touched off sides. 8:49 to go in the second period. Stabler in the corner, trying to work it out. Up top for Schmidt. Couldn't hang on to it as well as it's able to take it away. But ended up losing the puck to Schmidt anyway. Wells with it through center. Saucered it down low into no man's land as it's going to be Ben Stabler to pick up the change. Passes it down low. Housey with it. Hauser, that is. Up top. Shot. Save made by Rowe off the stick of Stabler. Puck's right there underneath Rowe. He'll somehow find a way to hang on to it. Under 7 to go in the second. Apologies there, y'all. Needing just a little bit of a break as that's cleared down the ice for an icing. Sorry. Another shot right off the draw. That's going to be covered up by Nick Rowe. This looks solid so far on the night. 3-2 is your score in favor of the Polar Bears. Shot comes right out in front, tipped right out in front. Is it in? Referee says no. I don't think it ever did, as the puck's right out in front of the crease. And there's no chance there at all for Rowe to pull that one out of the net. 1 minute to go here in the period. Samara wins the drawback. Nobody home at the far side point to hang on to it with 45 seconds to go. Trying to get it over to Koichi out of his reach. No icing. Wallace behind his net. Left back, 28 seconds to go. Chipped right out in front. Rowe's going to cover it. Nearly a chance there for Etchinson to get his second goal of the season. This should just about do it here. With 10 seconds to go. Up to the corner. Samaro has it pinched off. Kuhn up top. Captain, one last shot. Gets sticked aside in front. That will do it for the second period. Take a quick 1 minute timeout. We'll be back right after this. Apologies there about it being muted for y'all. So 3-2 is your score in favor of the Polar Bears as we're here into the third and final period. Behind the net it goes. Appears to be Samaro. Sharp angle shot comes out in front. Schmidt trying to poke it home. That's going to be covered up by Rowe. Chance there for Schmidt to get his. First goal of the season. It's going to be Samaro set to take the shot. Appears to be against Zach Kuhn. Icing right off the draw, 16-10 to go in the period. It's going to be Samaro against Kuhn here once again for the face-off. Pucks drop to the point, Semenchkin with it. Hook, no call. Took down Andretti. That was Terry Semenchkin. Here comes Andretti. Trying to chip one up top. Going to be cleared out to center. Over for the Polar Bears. Trying to send one cross ice. Going to be picked up by Stabler. Into the near side corner with it. Behind the net still with it, Stabler. To the point, Karp winds up, fires one. Gets blocked by Andretti. Schmidt behind the net with it. Works it up top, trying to get it over to Hauser. As it's out to Stabler at the point. Cleared out in the center. Karp with it. Trying to drop it down low, Stabler has it. Lost it for a second, but able to pick up his own mistake, if you will. Offside's good. Down low. Be cleared up by Wells through the body of Kuhn, still with it. Brings it forward and down the ice it goes. On net, no icing, as that's going to be played out by Jack Dodd regardless. Karp. Nearly too many men. Liambolto sent one wide. Able to deke around one. That's 9 of Hauser. Centers had a chance. Hit the face mask of Rowe. Keeps this one out. Rebound gets cleared up to the corner. This one's going to go down length of the ice. Not going to be far enough for an icing. With 14 minutes to go in the period. Liambolto to the corner. Still with it. Tried to get a centering feed, nobody home up top, but a white sweater. As Anderson's pass goes down low, going to be picked up by the Whalers. Where he saw it was, here comes Kuhn, in all alone. Back checking was 12 of Stabler, able to negate a shot. As here comes Stabler. Fires a shot, bad save by Rowe. Covers up the rebound, 13-18 to go in the period. Puck's dropped, one back by the Whalers. Vale at the point, gonna ring it around the near side corner. Whoa, trying to get a centering feed. Picked up and taken the other way by Niamalto. To the blue line, trying to take it down to Ashmarks. Leaves it back. Koichi has it on his forehand. Has space. Fires one. Blocked by Wells. Up top for Anderson. Try to get a centering feed over to Morgan. As it's going to be pinched back forward by Vale. Stabler with it to the blue line. Slowing things down, finds Koichi. Stuck up in his feet, cleared out to center. Vale waiting to retouch back in on sides as it's going to be poked back even further from Morgan. Vale overskated it. Here's Morgan. Morgan fires the shot. Glove save. Kuhn downstairs. Shot one. Possibly got a piece of Dodd as it ends up back behind the net of Dodd. Cleared down the near side corner. Down to the ice it goes for an icing. 11:33 to go in the period. Puck's drop comes back low for the Polar Bears to the point. Wells with it. Fired one intentionally wide, trying to get a tip. Finds Hamilton instead. Pass it down low. Wells picks it up, fires it back in. Length of the ice, no icing. A 1-goal game, 10:47 to go in the period. Shots on goal are doubled in the favor of the Whalers. 34-18. Semenchkin behind the net. Trying to pick it up. Battling against Andretti. Comes out for Samaro. Still in his own zone. Now trying to get around Kuhn. Almost lost it. Puck still loose. Kuhn trying to get a centering feed. There's going to be a penalty called here against Terry Semenchkin. That's either going to be an interference or a trip. One of the two. Power play upcoming here for the Polar Bears. This could be a big insurance goal for them. Now, dating back all the way into game number 1. What team am I on? The Yetis? Was that? I'm pretty sure it's the Yetis. Anyway, the team that won game number 1 ended up scoring a shorthanded goal alongside a power play goal to end the game. So anything's possible here. Comes down low. Stabler able to clear it out. Rowe coming out of his net to play it with 9:19 to go in the period. 1:15 to go in the man advantage. Marks one down low and Shreddy fires one. That's going to go on net rebound to the corner. Miyamoto looking to clear it out. Comes down low, finds Wells. Able to keep it in on sides just barely. Fires a quick one on into the feet of Vale. I think he ended up stepping on it somehow, some way. Another clearing attempt's kept in. Kuhn spinning around, trying to get a centering feed. Stabler comes away with it. And here comes a shorthanded chance for the Whalers. 2-on-1. Stabler takes it down on the near side. Got a centering feed. Had a chance. We cleared up top. Hamilton nearly got a turnover. This is going to be dumped down, linked to the ice. Should not be an icing. 20 seconds to go on the penalty to Terry Semenchkin. Stabler on the near side. Still on the penalty kill here. Chips it forward. Fires one. Save. Rebound. Comes out to Derek Wells as Miyamoto is looking for a second goal of the season. Either offsides or another penalty here. Not entirely sure which. I believe it's just offsides. And Malto had a chance, fired a backhanded shot that went off the side of the net. Wells clearing it down length to the ice. Should be an icing call here. Nope, gonna die just short. Zeminchkin down low. Turned over, Anderson trying to chip one forward. Glove back down, Anderson. Still loose in the feet of Anderson, as it's kept in by Kuhn. Malto able to take it away. He'll hit the blue line run and fires a shot. Save, rebound. Gonna be covered up right out in front with 6:35 to go. Cleared up top, finds Wells trying to clear it out. Vale kept it in. Trying to spin around Hauser. Vale fires one. Blocked out in front. Chipped out. Top of left circle. Another chance from Hauser. It's blocked by Wells and cleared out to the neutral zone. 5:55 to go. As I was mentioning, McCumber's night is done. Completely dressed. Sitting down here in the near side corner. So that block shot ended up effectively ending his night. Down low, Strasser. Up top. Samero looking for a hat trick. Puck's loose out in front. Ends up poking it in the back of the net. As the Whalers find a way to tie this one up at 3 apiece. 5 minutes to go. If we end up not needing overtime, this next goal here would pretty much seal the deal. That was Samero's third. Okay. A hat trick for Lance Samero gives him his 4th goal of the season. Right up top through the feet of Karp. Shots on goal, as I was mentioning back earlier, it was very close to being doubled. It is now doubled with one more shot from the Whalers. It's 39-20. Samero can't hold the blue line. Going to leave it back for Terry Zeminchkin. Down low, trying to get it over to Takara. Forward for Kuhn. Try to take it up top to Andretti, as it's going to be Vale, the first one to it. Spinning it around, still has possession. Vale going to dump it in from the offensive blue line and chase after it. Wells behind the net, brings it up top. Nearly had a turnover, as it's going to be Andretti to clear it out. Hit center ice, and that should... It will not be an icing, that is. Apologies. Touched up just before the goal line. Zeminchkin spinning around, nearly got a turnover in front of him. That was Morgan. Would have been his 2nd goal of the season. And no one bigger, as that's cleared down length of the ice. We will have an offensive zone draw here for the Polar Bears, with 3:20 to go in the game. Once again, clock will stop here with 3 minutes to go. Puck's dropped. And now we are effectively, in a sense, in our first overtime frame, if you will. Overtime's going to be 4-on-4 for 3 minutes, followed up by a shootout. Fires a shot, went wide. We're the Polar Bears. Back in the upper league, this would have been on Tuesday night, as Hamilton takes it to the corner. Looks for a centering feed, goes behind the net. The Berg Street Bullies, who were severely outnumbered, were winning most of that game. They had to score up to 2-0 at one point, before I think eventually it was 4-4 going into the last couple of seconds. Cleared out by Hamilton to the corner. which it was tied for a large majority of that game going into the third period. Trying to lift it, scores! Kenneth Niamalto gets his second goal of the season, breaking the tied score at 3 as the Whalers take the lead 4-3. This is with 2:03 to go. Looks like we're going to have a timeout here, so we'll take a quick break aside here. 4-3 is your score. 2:03 to go. Welcome back here inside the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds Arena. And as I was mentioning just about a minute ago, well, that next goal would more than likely seal it. There's still 2 minutes on the clock, but we'll see if the Polar Bears have anything left in the tank here. They have 6 total members, 7 including the goalie. Stable on the near side trying to get it to Schmidt. Dumping it in deep, so he'll have to clear some time behind the net of Rowe. Cleared down the ice, no icing. When will we see the netminder come out for the Polar Bears? Up top for Vale. Spinning around, closing in on 90 seconds to go. Anderson gloved it down. Skating it in, sharp angle shot, save, rebound out in front. Trying to poke it home, comes out to Anderson, down low to the corner. Will Andretti be able to hold the point? He will not. 1:15 to go. Deeks through, delayed offsides. Offsides is the call. So stop the clock with 1:11. "71 seconds. Cleared down, coming out of his net to play it to Rowe. Nearly a turnover there would have led to an insurance goal from the Whalers. Rowe's up top with now under a minute to go. Wells from behind his net. Trying to get a centering feed, comes out for Vale. Kuhn not able to hold the line. 45 to go. Down low to Wells. To Anderson. Back over to Wells. Fires one. Scores! Tie game! Wells with his first goal of the season comes from the high point. Brings this to a 4-4 game, 35 seconds to go. To the corner. Strasser right out in front, trying to poke it. Rose down out of his crease. 20 seconds to go. Big hit to the corner. Coons down. Pierce will be getting up okay. Here's a chance. Tarek Wells looking for goal number 2 and just as many shots. Fires a shot, went behind the net as Stabler was crashing hard toward him. Anderson gloved it down. Shot just went wide with under a second to go, as Niamalto nearly got a second. And we are headed to overtime. 4-4 for the next 3 minutes. Going to take a quick 1-minute timeout again. We'll be back here for overtime in game number 4 of the night. Welcome back here into overtime. The game tying goal coming with 23 seconds left from Derek Wells. 4-on-4 for the next 3 minutes. Puck's dropped and away we go. Trying to take it up top. One of the goal scorers here for the Polar Bears. Takes a tumble as there's 2 sticks that went flying. Still in at the point. Comes out for Hamilton. Played down low. Anderson gonna ring it in deep. Karp up top to pick it up. In a battle against Kuhn. Leaves it for Hamilton. Hamilton drops it down low. Here's a chance for Niamalto's already scored 1. Holds, fires a shot, saved by Rowe. He'll cover it up. 2:18 to go here in this one. Puck's dropped. Here we go. Up top. It's going to be 33 of Hutchinson. Fires a shot on Rowe. Freezes it again. Now 2:09 to go. 9 seconds killed off. Puck's dropped. Up top finds Karp. Going to be covered up by Rowe here once again. As we are just about 1 minute gone here into this overtime frame. Another shot goes on Rowe, and another freeze. 1:58 to go now. Between the Whalers and the Polar Bears. As you can see here on the scoreboard, I did put it the shootout just in case we needed it. Shot goes wide. Rowe trying to cover it up, goes up top. Samero, apologies, there's Morgan trying to chase it out. Karp kept it in. 1:45 to go. Skating from the left hash marks, has space, fires off the crossbar, stays out, and cleared out down low from Derek Wells. Stabler has it through the neutral zone. 1:25 to go. Leaves it back, trying to get it over to Etchison. Down low, here's a chance. Fires a shot, scores! Double post and in from Kenneth Niamalto. Apologies there, I believe that indeed so. Gets his second goal of the game, being the overtime winner. Whalers come out victorious here, 5-4 at 1:17 to go. Once again, final score 5-4 in favor of the Whalers over the Polar Bears. We'll be back in action Sunday night for some Upper League action. Final score 5-4 Whalers.